We really look into the history, what makes it unique and important, interview a lot of student athletes, students, alumni, and really find the essence of what the university is, really what made that decision for them to go there versus another university. And from that we get a lot of values, and those values kind of define, they're the yardstick of the project to make sure that anything that we're doing matches up with those values and is of the essence of Florida State.
Once we commissioned them, we asked Nike to do this, not the other way around, was the extent they went to try and achieve authenticity in everything. In the uniforms, in the Seminole head itself, they talked themselves to the Seminole tribe, came on campus and talked to students, kind of veiled it. They didn't exactly say, this is what we're doing.
From the time you set foot in Tallahassee, you know what it means to be a Seminole, you know what it means to wear garnet and gold.
We really wanted to take all of that essence and really just bring it into a new context. Keeping all the same values, keeping all the same traditions, keeping all the same even language of that, and just bring it and refine it a little bit so that it's easier to reproduce, glorifies it a little bit more, and just really makes it a new proud moment for Florida State. You know, it's a very recognizable mark. There's no country, there's no college in the nation that has something that is so distinctive, but it's just taking that distinctive qualities and making it better.
There's no one, when that new logo flashes on the screen, would not identify that as still being Osceola and Florida State University. Refined, but the same.
That Seminole mark in the context of college sports is iconic and authentic to who Florida State is, and kind of the embodiment of what it means to be a Seminole and what it means to be an athlete at Florida State. It's something that really is representative of a Seminole warrior and really speaks to the attributes of student athletes.
One of the hardest things that we had to be able to reproduce was the original Seminole head, and the delicate nature of Florida State written in the feather, and those types of details. It was really something that we wanted to make sure that it's reproducible, that you get consistency and you're building equity.
We were having to turn down things because the Florida State logo wouldn't reproduce correctly, and our coaches had stopped putting the Seminole head on their uniforms because it didn't reproduce correctly. And we needed to change that. We want that Seminole head, which is already as iconic as any in the country, we want to amplify that even more, and I think we'll reach that. But we wanted the Seminole head more exposed. I think sort of there's a thought out there that maybe we're trying to get rid of the Seminole head. Nothing could be further from the truth. We've refined the Seminole head by Florida State's desire. We've changed the look of it some. It's much cleaner in terms of how you can reproduce.
The mark had been kind of fragmented over time, and that happens with use of a mark that's been in use for many, many years, but we were able to kind of refine it and make it more graphic, something that speaks to kind of the future and the future of Florida State. Working with the tribe about how they wanted to view that and really kind of defining that in a modern context in a new way, but really traditionally, it is pretty much the same mark. It's just done in a slightly different format that is more reproducible and actually glorifies that mark even better. A lot of consistency elements that come out, obviously with very strong brands, is color. So really having the right garnet, the right gold, really making sure that all the marks are very reproducible, that you can be consistent over time.
We saw reds, we saw darker garnets, even within what the coaches would wear and on the uniforms itself. So that was startling to us, and we realized we had an issue, and Florida State collectively went to Nike and said, what can we do? We want our garnet, and we want our uniforms to reflect our garnet and to match what Coach Fisher's wearing, to match what the trainer's wearing, to match what the quarterback's wearing, and then ultimately what the guy on the 50-yard line's wearing. And so that was one of our top goals. So the shading had changed, and we just wanted to put a stop to that. And we arrived at a color that nobody else in the country is going to wear. Not a college team, not a pro team, it's Florida State garnet, and we're really proud of that.
It's a line in the sand and an opportunity to move forward. One school, one color, and really define the parameters around what it means to be garnet and gold.
The 100 guys running out of the stadium and just that power of that and that excitement of that brand at that statement, that's what we live for.